Hey team. This was the video that I was trying to bring to you last week. I recorded it and it was 21 minutes and I tried to upload it multiple times. I think it was 8 to 10 times and I failed. I epically failed and it was very frustrating, and that's why we didn't have a video last week, because I tried over seriously like 48 hours. And so I decided that I wanted to bring this to you, and I was going to do a shortened version of it because I realized that the video didn't upload last week because it was over 20 minutes. And so I was just barely over, but for whatever reason it doesn't upload over 20 minutes. So I'm bringing it to you this week, and we're shortening it, we're condensing it, and I just recorded it and lost it. So this is my second time recording today. Let's pray that this works, okay? So let's try this from the beginning. Videos 101 for Crystal Milligan. Obviously she needs some work. Procrastination, the Dream Killer. I am reading this book right here, Building an Empire. Never thought that I would actually be reading a book with this title. It's not something that I would typically pick or thought that I would ever be doing. But Pete Pena, the leader of the Ultimate Fitness team, had suggested it on, I think it was a phone call or something that he had, and so I looked into it, and it's actually a really good book. So I just wanted to read this little excerpt to you guys. It's really amazing, and I think it's a great call to action. It really hit home for me. I think a lot of it is very relevant in what we're doing. So it's called Procrastination, the Dream Killer. So pardon me for looking down. So the graveyards across the country are filled with dreams that never came true. Most of those sad souls never had the courage or the fortitude to get off the mark and just go for it in life. They had the same God-given qualities as the great success stories we have all seen on TV and read about in magazines, but they didn't have the ambitious nature to take a risk and win. It reminds me of the story about the country house down the way with a dog yelping nonstop on the front porch. The next door neighbor was getting very agitated because the family was not home, and they had left their dog outside making so much noise. So he decided to walk over to the house to find out what the problem was with this big old dog that was howling like he wanted to be heard for miles. The neighbor approached the dog carefully and tried to calm it down, to no avail. So he finally decided to grab the dog by its collar and lead it around back. As soon as the dog stood up, the howling stopped. The neighbor was puzzled. Was that all he had to do, was just get the dog up? Turns out that the dog was sitting on a nail that was protruding up from a floorboard on the porch. So why in the world did the dog just not get up and move? Well, I guess it just didn't hurt badly enough. This story of the dog sitting on a nail rings true with countless people I have met in my network marketing career. People yelp, people howl, and they complain non-stop about how miserable their life is, how little money they have, and how stressed out they are. But yet they choose not to get up and change it. They just prefer to keep sitting on the nail and whining. My advice to you is don't be that dog. Don't waste time on dogs with not enough sense to get themselves up off the nail either. Right? That's a great analogy. I love that story. It's so true. How many people do you have that complain about all that kind of stuff, about not having money, about having a horrible situation, but then they don't do anything to change it? Whether it's coaches that you have, or whether it's customers that you have, or potential customers that you're trying to help. But there's so many people that just sit there and they just howl and howl and howl, right? So you're going to come across people every day who don't dream anymore. One of our jobs is to help people to dream again, and then show them a path to achieve those dreams. So that's what we do, guys. That's what we do through fitness, and that's what we do with a coaching opportunity. We find out what these people, that's when you bring their why into it, like that's why we get to know people. That's why we connect with people. That's why we ask questions. That's why we form them, right? And so it's so that we can know what their dreams are, what they want to accomplish someday, what their hopes are for themselves. It's so we can help them achieve those dreams. We can show them the path. So if they want to be that fit, healthy, confident person who can rock, I don't know, a bikini, or who can live to see their daughter walk down the aisle, or whatever it might be, you can help them achieve those dreams. And you have to show them that. You have to tell them that and express that to them. That's why you have to find out people's whys. That's part of this. So it's not just selling programs, it's connecting with people and finding out their why. So that's one of our jobs, is to help people to dream again and then show them the path to achieve those dreams. So you'll also find dreamers who have been dreaming for years, but that's about all they do. They won't do what it takes to achieve their goals, but rather they just talk about them. This is really, I like this next few sentences. Listen to this. People generally know what they need to do to make changes and do something about their situation, but most just will not take action. Some will freeze due to Some will freeze due to fear of failure, fear of success, or just plain laziness. Sometimes people will put success off until a later date because in their mind they feel like they have to wait until their plate is totally clear before they put something else on it. How many of you have done that? How many of you still do that? And I know that you've worked with people or that you've talked to people who have said that, because I know I have for sure. So you don't have to have a success story before you start. You can be just starting your journey. You can be in the middle of your journey. And people are going to relate to you because of that. You don't have to wait until you're making 6 figures to be able to recruit more coaches. Hello, it's not going to happen if you don't recruit more coaches. You don't have to be this top coach and top 10 or anything like that before that you have a thriving team. You don't have to. You have to just jump and you have to do it. So you share why you decided to do it. You share how the programs are working for you. If you're just started and the programs haven't worked for you yet, then you share why you decided to do these programs, why the successes that you've seen of other people that have convinced you that you want to use this, and why this is something that's going to be different for your life, right? You need to just jump. Don't wait till everything's perfect, because nothing will ever be completely perfect. You're waiting for the non-existent thing to happen. So this is another huge important part. The most successful people I have ever met were often multitaskers who seized opportunities when they arose, not only when it was convenient. They know that they cannot choose when the right opportunities will show up, and they cannot predict if timing will ever be better. They grab on and do their best with the resources that they have. And it's not really about having resources, but rather it's about being resourceful. So do not put off until tomorrow what you know you should and can do today. If you procrastinate in this business of yours, it's likely becoming a part of who you are and how you operate. And it will impact all areas of your life. You can make excuses or you can make money, but you can't make both. There is nothing to wait for. You cannot wait until you have the skills or learn everything about the business first. That's the ultimate catch-22. You'll never learn it if you don't just do it. What you lack in skill, you make up in numbers. Just go through the learning curve faster, right away. Rip off the bandage, get it over with, jump in the pool, and just get used to the temperature. I'm going to try and do this really quick and upload this. I had some more that I wanted to share with you guys, but I am going to save that for tomorrow or either later on tonight, because I'm afraid that this is not going to work again. So I hope that you guys get to see this video within a few short minutes, and that you get something out of this, because this couple of paragraphs stood out to me so much and just really made me burn with passion. And I hope that it does the same thing for you. So please post below any questions that you might have or comments. If you want to hear something specific about a topic or something like that that you want for our next team call, the team video that we'll do at the beginning of the week each time, please let me know. I can't help you unless you ask me for help, and I would love to help you. That is what we're here for. That's why it's called TeamPay It Forward, right? So I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of the day or night or whatever it happens to be, and I will talk to you soon.